Guys, I just saw BYD sales in Brazil for 2024, and I had no idea BYD was selling so many cars in Brazil because BYD's growth rate is staggering. I don't think anyone saw this coming. More than 300% growth year over year. I mean, imagine if BYD does this in places like Mexico, where Chinese manufacturers are taking over the car market. What about in many other countries around the world where car markets are not controlled by America's taxes or by Europe's taxes? There's many other places that we're forgetting about that the Chinese car brands, particularly BYD, is saying, well, okay, we'll have that country. Thank you very much. The UK, Thailand. Yeah. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Great to have you with us. BYD, there's been a bit of a saga in Brazil. BYD was building a factory there, a car factory there, and it turned out that the contractor BYD was using slave labor. It was bad. BYD have denied knowledge of this. Yeah, it doesn't look good. Apparently, the factory now has been completely paused because the Brazilian government have said, well, they've made some claims. I don't know if these claims are too extreme or not, but they say that it's human rights abuses and all kinds of stuff going on there. I did a video about that. But anyhow, aside from that, BYD, I think, have been doing fantastic things outside of that in Brazil. They have been. Because the truth is that air quality in Brazil cities is pretty bad. Obviously, getting electric cars, plug-in hybrids into the Brazilian car market is great for buyers. It's great for everyone else, not even buyers as well, but people living in the streets in Brazil. It's great for global efforts towards electrification, towards reducing all those bad toxic gases that are going into the air from diesel and petrol cars. In December of 2024, 10,000 BYD vehicles were sold in Brazil. That means that BYD came 8th in Brazil, and their total sales for the year were 76,000. That's an increase of 328% from the 17,900 vehicles they delivered in 2023. Basically, in December, BYD sold not that far off the total number of sales they had in the entirety of 2023. So if BYD can keep this up, BYD could sell, very likely BYD will sell over 120,000 vehicles in Brazil next year. Could be more than 200, 300,000 the following year. We're seeing a huge rise in sales for BYD in Brazil. And this is not just BYD, by the way. It's other EV manufacturers as well. What this means, though, is that BYD has, because they've focused on Brazil, Brazil is now BYD's most important and largest overseas market. BYD's models sold in Brazil include a range of vehicles, compact vehicles, SUVs, pickup trucks. The Shark is sold there. Currently, the BYD Dolphin Latin America Special Edition is the best-selling electric car in Brazil. So basically, the BYD Dolphin is the best-selling EV in Brazil. Apparently, they also have the BYD Dolphin Plus and the BYD Dolphin Diamond versions, which came out in 2023. They're priced at $34,900 and $29,000 respectively. So $29,000, it appears to be the cheapest BYD Dolphin. That's expensive. That's not really cheap. I mean, that's like 47,000 Australian dollars, guys. That's quite pricey considering the fact you can get a Dolphin in China for 14,000, more than double the price. Imagine if BYD was selling them at, say, $20,000, so only 6,000 premium over what they sold them for in China. I think they could be the best-selling car in Brazil. The Dolphin earned 5 stars in the Latin NCAP safety testing, meaning it is apparently the safest car in Latin America from these tests. Car News China says that BYD has the fastest growth in investment in Brazil among Chinese automakers in the past 2 years. According to Brazilian government statistics, BYD's factory in the state of Bahia may bring the production capacity to 300,000 vehicles per year. Additionally, BYD planned to have 250 stores opened in Brazil by the end of 2024. So 250 stores. That's a lot of stores. In addition to BYD, Chery and Great Wall Motor sell their vehicles there as well. Chery was the earliest Chinese automaker to set up shop in Brazil, with its Tiggo model exported there as early as 2009. And since then, Chery has invested $400 million in building new factories, but currently still mainly sells petrol-powered vehicles. Chery does have some pretty good electric cars. I think they should sell them in Brazil as well. From January to November, China exported 230,000 vehicles to Brazil, including 150,000 new energy vehicles. Now, to give you an idea on the size of the car market in Brazil, it's not huge, but it's certainly a lot bigger than the Australian car market. Around 2.3 million vehicles were sold last year. So it's pretty significant. You can see why BYD are interested in selling cars there. That means, BYD have the potential to sell potentially up to 300 to 400,000 cars there every single year. I think that's very much the kind of numbers they're going for, and it's very much a possibility. This is part of BYD's strategy, right? Go after the market, go in big time. And I think that's what BYD are doing. They're doing that in Australia, they're doing that in Thailand. I'm sure they're planning on doing that in places like the United Kingdom, where there are no Chinese special taxes. Any market outside of the European Union, outside of the United States and Canada, any market, Mexico, other places that don't have these Chinese taxes on, Chinese manufacturers will go after them. And this will be good for consumers, pretty bad for legacy automakers. They'll be forced to lower their prices. They'll be forced to offer better value for money. They won't have a choice. Otherwise, they'll be pushed out of the market. The BYD Sea Lion 7, it's coming to Australia, it's coming to Thailand, New Zealand, to Europe. It's coming to a lot of places. It's going to be a really big and important car for BYD. This is a fully electric competitor to the Tesla Model Y, but it also competes with the Xpeng G6, with the Zeekr 7X. Is that a legitimate rival to the new Model Y Highland, which will come out in January or February of next year? Is it a legitimate rival to the Zeekr 7X? Well, maybe not. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Great to have you with us. Guys, I have considered for a minute, should I be honest? Should I just appease BYD? I mean, honestly, I do kind of want them in my corner. I do want them to, they offered me a trip to China. I do want to be able to see their new cars, to be getting, press releases from them. But honestly, I've got to say it like it is. The new Sea Lion 7, I kind of feel like it might be dead in the water before it even arrives. And if you think about it objectively, what I'm saying actually does make sense. Even if you're an enormous BYD fan, which some of the BYD fans out there are unbelievably patriotic towards BYD. I don't really understand. And I do like BYD. I mean, honestly, I think some of their plug-in hybrids recently are pretty damn good. Some of the new technology they're coming up with. But they are falling behind a little bit when it comes to EV technology. And maybe a little bit is an understatement.